So today we will follow the order of this group numbers right here for the presentation. And how many minutes for each group? 5 minutes? Yeah, so let's control the time to be within 5 minutes. I will give you some comments after your presentation. So each group present 5 minutes. I will comment for 5 minutes. 5 plus 5. So we will start maybe 5 minutes later. Let's wait for a couple more students coming. Okay, I think most students have come. So before we start, whenever a group come up, everyone should clap their hands to welcome them. And when they finish, we should appreciate their presentation and we will also clap our hands. Okay? So that's a polite way to do it. Okay, let's welcome group 7 for their presentation.
Okay, so morning everyone, and today is Wagger 7 and our topic is audio recognition, and below is our member list. Okay, next please. So first of all, our preliminary application scenario we're thinking of is in ordering chatbot for American restaurant. We want to use the voice recognition to build a simple conversational ordering chatbot as a tool for restaurant ordering. And the general concept is that we will build out a dictionary as a menu, and the food item, which is the key, will correspond to their respective price, which is the value. And the audio recognition module will be used to recognize the ordering item, ordering content spoken by the customer. And the ordering details, for example, like the price and the food name, will be displayed on the screen, and the bot will reply the customers depending on several situations. And the next page will present. No. Okay, the next page will present the logic procedures we conceived, and as for the tools we are going to use, I'm not sure what the professor wanted us to express here, so we'll just list out the programming tools we're going to use, and it below are modules installation, and we'll take the module, for example, like the speech recognition, which is used to transfer and convert the speech to text, and the GTTS is used to transfer the text and speech. And besides these, there are some other modules we might use, but I would say the other modules are not as major as what we present on the slide, so they are just omitted. Yeah. So next page. So now we are gonna show you how we process all our procedure, and first of all we'll set the sum to be equal to 0, and we'll use the function listen to get the customer's voice and determine whether he say checkout or not. And if he didn't say checkout, we will further determine whether he or she say is included in the menu. And for yes, we will print out the food name and the price, and to sum up the price, and further to reply the customers, would you like to order something else or just check out? And then the function will jump back to the listen to. And if it didn't include it in the menu, we will then print out this is not included in the menu, and further ask him, would you like to order something else or check out? And then we'll back to the listen to as well. And what if the customer say he or she want to check out? And for yes, we will further determine whether the sum is 0. And then if his answer is yes, we will print out you have ordered nothing, and then stop the whole process. And if no, we will print out your order has completed, and the total price will be there's mentioned, yeah, and then stop the whole process as well. And this is the whole general ideas we have to see. Yeah, so and that's all. And the next page. The next page will be our Gantt charts, and just for you guys' information if you are interested. Okay, and that's all about today. Thank you for listening.
I think it's really good. Can you go to page 3? So this team already prepared a flow chart for their code, and I think it's a feasible code. But I'm pretty curious about page 2. Why do you need text to speech? Because that function is not shown in page 3. Can you explain why? Text to speech.
So part of these are answered by the chatbot. So my idea is that we will
use the speaker to play the to play the speech.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Sure. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay. Any questions from the class? Any? Yeah. Feel free to ask. If you are curious, you can raise your hand. Okay. One more question. One page up. Okay. So, what do you mean by temp file? This one.
OK，我用中文回答。
OK。
好 ，temp file 的话是因为我们在找这个，因为网络上其实有相关一些就是声音辨识的这个模组的介绍，还有它整个使用的一个过程。那我发现 temp file 它是拿来去 暂存它收我们音之后，它会暂存成一个档，但是在一个 process 整个结束之后，它会把档消掉。就我觉得 temp file 会放在这边，是因为不要让电脑那个空间存太多，就是每次都存不一样的东西。
OK，
所以 temp file 应该是先暂存这个档案，判断完之后，它就会直接把它删掉。
Okay, I see. Okay, thank you. One suggestion, you can also look into historical chat. Usually when a person talks to computer, there is a series of chat. And there is a research about learning better or reacting better based on the historical chat. So you can look into that idea, but I'm not sure if it can be included in the project. But I think that's also an interesting concept. Since you are keeping the dialogue in a temp file, so you have it. Maybe that could be used for better reaction from the computer. Okay, that's good. Okay, thank you. Thanks to the team 7 again. Next, we have group 12. Another chatbot. Yeah, everyone can come up. Okay, so let's welcome them.
Hello, we are Group 12, and this is our program. It's called Line Accounting Chatbot, and this is our member list. You can see. Next. And first, we will get chatbot in 3 different categories. And the first one is role-based chatbot, and it's a very simple one. If you input a structure, and the chatbot will follow the fixed rules and give you a response. And the second one is machine learning based chatbot, and it is leveraging machine learning algorithm to learn from large amounts of data and improve chatbot performance. And the second one is hybrid chatbot, and it is combining rules-based approaching with machine learning techniques and to achieve more comprehensive conversational capability. And like ChatGPT is the third one. And in our program, we will use the role-based chatbot. In this picture, you will see our chatbot will send a message to the user, and you will send one to the bot, and he will reply a message to user. This is our process of programming Line chatbot. And first, we need to choose a development platform, and we choose the Line developer, and we will use it to make our program and test it. And the second one, we will set up development environment, and we need to use some tools and libraries to code in Python. And the third is design conversation flow, and we will testify our accounting on diet, traffic, entertainment, and deposit. And the fourth is test and deploy our chatbot. And this is our program flow chart. And we will start. And the user, you need to enter your money and use and enter the way of your spending. And if it's correct and is the category entered correctly, and it will display the sum and stop. If no, you need to retype one again. And this is our expected outcome. The chatbot will ask you if you need to display some or input consume, or delete record. And in the example 1, I said I need to input consume, and he said how much, and 1,000, and you need to input your weight, and you say diet, and he will say now the sum of diet is 1,000. And example 2, it is set, but if you input the uncorrected one, if you input cat, and he will say no, it's not, and you need to retype one, and he say diet, and he will have the same way. And this is our grantee chart. We will decide our goal and data assist, code, programming, test, and presentation. Thanks for listening.
Okay. So I think the line chatbot is going to be used for counting your expense, right? Maybe you can build some kind of database. So maybe you have 4 team members. Every day you use the bot to memorize how much you spend. And there is a database keeping a record. So maybe you can have a new function such as checking your account. Just like consider this bot as a bank. It's like you are asking the bank, okay, how much money have I spent, or how much money do I still have, something like that. So if you have a database, maybe you can also ask, can you show me the percentage of expense in each category? Maybe 20% on food, 50% on transportation, something like that. So that will be something interesting and not too difficult to complete. Okay. Any comments from the class? Any questions? Okay, I think it's a good topic. So very good. Okay, let's thank the team again. Now we will move on to group 2. Okay, let's welcome group 2.
Hi everyone, we are the second group and our project is about stock prediction, and this is our group members. The tool we use include Yahoo Finance, Matplotlib, and Skater. And Yahoo Finance is used to download the information of the design star, and the Matplotlib is a library in Python and used to visualize data. And Sklearn is, and you can also call it scikit-learn, and it's a machine learning library in Python and used for classification, regression, and analysis and other machine learning tasks. And with Sklearn, there are many machine learning methods like decision tree, random forest, and linear regression, and neural network. And we use machine learning to test if two variables are related and their strength of correlation. And we will use linear regression to create a model based on historical stock data and predict future outcomes. And apart from Matplotlib, we also use NumPy and Pandas for scientific computing, and data processing.
Okay, in our program flowchart, and in the first, if we start this program, and it will install and install package such as Panda and Wi-Fi, and our program will get the stored data by Wi-Fi. Then it will process the data and make a plan about stored prediction. And the data will be put into the data in a model and continue here. Our program will analyze whether the prediction result is in the average. If yes, it will show the result. If not, it will modify the model parameter and come back here and run this program again. And it's our result. The blue line is the real data, and the red line is the prediction result. And it's our schedule plan. It will take us 60 days, and we will divide it into 4 parts. The first part is gather information, and the second part is process data and into graphic. And the third part is adjust the model, and the final part is overall extraction. Okay, thank you for your listening.
Okay. So I'm pretty curious about the model. Can you go back maybe right there, here? So you mentioned linear regression. I guess this is just an example you made in the sentence. Because in the figure you show, it's not linear, it's non-linear. So I think you will not use linear regression. Am I right?
Maybe logical regression.
Say again?
Maybe logical regression.
Logical regression. Okay. So definitely can you show the curve? Over here, the result is not linear. So,
我用中文讲，
OK.
就是它那个线性回归分析只是一个数学的手段，然后就是用在过去的资料上，然后去找到点跟点的中间值，然后有偏差值的话，也会把那个偏差值的那个，就是把它消掉，就会让它在数据跟数据，就找到数据跟数据之间的中间点，然后再以过去的趋势去用那个，反正那 SK 量就是会分析出它的未来趋势。这样。
Okay. I'm not very sure what happened, but definitely linear regression was done somewhere, I think. But for the machine learning tool, it's not linear. So maybe in the final presentation, you can try to explain this more clearly. Teach everyone what was done inside the program. Okay, so the result looks pretty good. So I think everyone would be pretty curious about why the model could be this accurate. You can see the trend is very similar to the real true result. Maybe we can truly use this to buy a stock. Okay, I mean, yeah, so I think people will be interested. So please explain better in the final presentation. Okay, thank you. Any questions from the class? No? Okay. Let's thank the group again. So that was 2, right? Okay, now 11. So let's welcome group 11.
There is 11 group, and our topic is 2048, and they are our group members. And 2048 is a puzzle game, and I think most of you have played it before, but I will explain some basic rules with the first question. The first question is how do you want to accomplish it? And when users press the start button, they will start with 2 blocks with a random value 2 or 4. And users need to press WASD or also they can use arrow key probe to move them. And if block collides with the same value, the value will be double. And when the value reaches 2048, it means you win the game, and it needs only one block to reach 2048. Whereas if there is no space to move, it means you lose the game. You are lost the game. And we compile the Python code with the basic 2048 rules. It's the first question.
The second question is what tool are used? We'll use Analyze, Spider, and Visual Studio program to display our main program, and Graphic for programming references and example. And the third question is what technology are used? Here is that the technology that we might consider using. And first one is importing modules and second one creating game class, color coding, creating GUI functions for here. Starting game function, metric manipulation function, suddenly adding new type, updating GUI. And the 10 is handling error, button press, checking possible move, and finally checking game over.
Okay, now to the game chart. So after the game starts, we will reset the grid, and then we'll generate 2 random blocks. That's either 2 or 4 that you see in the beginning. And then we would input arrow keys. It's going to check whether grid will move according to input. So let's say you can. So and then it will also check whether the blocks can be added. It's like whether you have 2 and 2 that we added before, is 2 and 4 that won't be added together. So if it can, it will add the numbers together, and the number from its original place will be deleted. And so if it cannot be added, it's gonna move to the empty block, which is where values equal 0, and then it's gonna delete the block in its original place. And so you do this, check this 2048. So normally it won't be 2048, so it's just gonna generate 1 extra block. And then you just go through this whole thing again until maybe you reach 2048, and then it ends. But if you actually run out of places to move, it's like if the grid is all full, then the game will end. Yep, and that's it.
This is our final result. is to abide by the proper rule of the game. This are scheduled planning. The first half of the first week we will read the rule, and the second half of the first week we will find references. And the second week we will do the UI designs, and the third week and the fourth week we will do compiling code, and the last week we will do divided debug. And this is our references. Thanks for listening.
Okay, thank you. So I'm pretty curious if you can have a kind of code that can automatically run it's like an AI playing the game. I'm curious whether that's doable. Of course, if AI wants to win 2048, maybe it needs to play the game thousands of times. So, or apply some kind of game theory which predicts the future. But that would be too much for your project, of course. But in the past, when I taught, I think MATLAB in the past, I also programmed 2048 in MATLAB. So I tried to generate some kind of automatic code. The trick was always move toward a corner. So the largest number accumulate at the corner. So in the beginning, it's easy because not too many issues. But later on, if you keep on throwing numbers to the corner, you will stop. And then you need to have some kind of intelligence to decide, maybe left or right or down. So that would be tricky for computer. Unless, only if you have some kind of AI, then the AI can make a decision. Or maybe, based on some rule, you will generate some kind of guessing move. I don't know. So think about it, and if you can show something like that, that will be quite interesting. Even though the AI cannot finish it at the end, but I think it will be pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, that's my comment. Any questions, comments from the class? Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so that was 11. Now we move on to group number 1. Let's welcome group number 1.
Good morning, President Lin, TA, and every classmate. We are Group 1. Today our topic is weather prediction. This is our teammate. Next page, please. Now I'm going to show you what is our design concept and how do we do it. We need to collect data, get historical weather data from a reliable source, for example, Central Weather Administration. And we also need to pre-process data, clean the data, handle missing value, and convert categorical data into numerical format.
Let's see this page. This page is talking about which tool and technology we use in Python this time. The first, we use Python because the programming language we take our class in is Python. Second, we use JSON to send an API request and retrieve data in JSON format. Third, we use request for fetching data from web APIs. And the last, we use weather APIs for accessing weather data, such as Open Weather Map or NOAA.
Let's see this page. This page is talking about program follow. We have defined dictionary. We only need to enter the city's name, and the Python will just check does it exist. If no, you can show identify if the city is you can see it will show the city's name and its weather information and stop. Next page. Result the ideal situation we decide will display weather. Right, you can see the weather and chance of rainfall and maximum temperature and median temperature and comfortable level. And if you enter wrong, then you can see not can find the city's name, and it will print I can find this city.
Okay, and this is our schedule planning. You can see the green lines. The green lines from April 17 to April 24. We understand the target content and complete the midterm presentation. And then is yellow line. Yellow line is from April 24th to May 1st. We learn about web colors and try to do it. And the blue lines, May 1st to May 8th. We studied the basic principles of weather forecasting and covering pattern algorithm. And green line, we leverage weather data over APIs and clean the data and handle missing values and outliers. The red line is use what you have written in the past few weeks to try to use Python to make weather predictions. And purple line, we complete the weather prediction and double check. Orange star is from May 29th to June 5th. We write project reports and introduce project package, methods, results, and conclusions. These are our reference. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you. So, I last semester, one group presented the same topic for their project. So I'm curious what this program can do greater than the past project group. So maybe we can think about how weather information can be utilized with some simple programming. So maybe try to think about something interesting. Because getting information from the internet and build a database, then show some information from the database. It's not very complicated. So maybe you can add something interesting to your code. For example, maybe you can integrate with Google Map. So let's say you are traveling to Taichung 9 a.m. this morning. So you will be passing through from Taipei to Taoyuan, Hsinchu, and Taichung. And maybe the code will use Google Map library to figure out what are the cities that you will pass by. And then you can show a list of weather conditions along the way. So that would be something interesting because you integrate different technology and show interesting applications. So try to think about a project in that way. So try to make it more interesting. Okay, that was just one example. Maybe you can have something even more interesting or something you want to work on. Okay, so that's my comment. Thank you. Okay, let's thank the group again. Now we move on to group 13. So let's welcome group 13.
Hello everyone, we are the 13th group. And today we are going to introduce our topic, hand recognition. And this is our team member. Next. And next is design contest. Our goal is to use Python to make a interactive game. We will mimic the gesture of the movement 溜于看看 from the enemy 咒术回战 so that the computer can recognize the gesture and display the corresponding animation. If someone in the area hasn't seen the 咒术回战, we have prepared a short clip, and this is what we expect after making the gesture.
So this is an animation we plan after we do the gesture and it will show up.
So in order to achieve the above goals, We need to enable computer to detect our hand movement and convert spaces gesture into data to trigger subsequent relation. Therefore, we will use the following tools. Maybe Spider or Google Chrome, OpenCV, MetaPy, Wacom, maybe replace with the mobile phone camera.
And this is our envisioned program workflow. First, connect the phone to the computer and include the OpenCV program, enabling the computer to capture the screen and recognize hand movement. Next, establish the hand gesture model with MediaPipe. If the computer successfully recognizes the gesture, it will display the animation. If it fails, we need to return to the modeling step for adjustment. Through this project, we aim to comprehend the operational principles behind computer recognition of hand gesture and apply them in various fields in command-like manner. And this is our schedule planning. And this is our reference. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, interesting idea about hand recognition. So in your code, you only recognize one hand gesture.
No, if we
Oh, there are many.
if we successfully done one, then we will make more.
Okay, so maybe you can recognize more animation, like
Dragon Ball. So
yeah, something like that. I don't know. So maybe you can use this as a teaching program. So maybe when someone did a hand gesture pretty close but not 100% accurate, your program can tell the person, okay, you did 90% correct, but your middle finger needs to bend a little bit, something like that. Then it becomes a learning program. So maybe that would be even more interesting from your presentation today. And maybe at the final presentation, you can ask me to test it, see if I can do it precisely. If not, then I hope your program can teach me how to do those hand gestures, something like that. Okay? So interesting project. Okay, let's thank the team again. Now let's move on to the next group. Will be number 6. Number 5 or 6? 6. Okay, so let's welcome them.
Good morning, Professor. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Group 6 and I'm the first reporter today, and here is our group list. And today our topic is text recognition. And on the first page, we will introduce the base design and concept of the text recognition. I believe everyone is familiar with Google Smart Lens. We aim to use the base concept of Google Smart Lens to design a text recognition program. Our goal is to equip Python with a base text recognition tools and a graphical user interface. Here is our feature we aim to implement in Python. And the first is input of image, and this has 3 levels. The first level is upload image, and the second level is upload video, and the third level is upload the live video from the camera. And the second we want to equip in Python is text recognition on the input image using the program. And the third is display the result. In order to create the text recognition tools, we need multiple technology. First of all, we need a suitable program language. With Python, we have a suitable program language for building an application. We can use Python, for example, with Colab, Spider, or VS Code. The advantage of Colab is that everybody can work together on the code and at the same time. It, however, doesn't support the display of a graphical user interface. This is why we will probably work with Spider or VS Code or Anaconda. We furthermore need to use a text recognition library. Easy OCR is an easy-to-use interface for performing optical capture recognition on the image, and it can be used for multiple languages. For easy access of our tools, we want to create a user interface. Tkinter is a standard GUI toolkit for Python, which allows us to create simple and intuitive interface. We can, for example, create button or a text input option for upload image. Entertain text recognition and to display the result.
This is our program flowchart. And in the first stage, we take a photo, maybe use the phone or use the camera, and open a program, and it will pop out the UGI interface. And we import the photo, and in the program will recognize the photo, and this part will extraction and secretary or content. And if the answer is no, we will back to the import photo. And the answer is yes, we will replace the test and the program will stop.
And this is our result. The goal of this report is to develop a text recognition program written in Python. We hope that this program can do several things. First, recognize text accurately. Second, process quickly. Third, support multiple languages. Fourth, be easy to use. Just try not to be too complicated. Finally, the program must be easily expandable, so that you can add features later if needed. This is our schedule planning. And thank you for listening.
So, very practical topic. Since in your presentation you mentioned about using a cell phone, just double checking, are you planning to implement this in your cell phone? Yes, maybe? Okay. So if you run this code in your cell phone, your phone, the phone camera may not be perpendicular to the paper or the text. For example, you're scanning a book. Sometimes your phone is not straight, which means there's an angle difference between your view and the paper. And since you are getting a phone, maybe you can figure out, go on internet to find some open source to see if you can get information from the 3D scanning of the camera. If you can, then you know the angle of the paper. Then in your program, maybe you can rotate the paper to a different angle. Then it becomes a straight image. Usually, if you are able to make the image perpendicular to your camera, the OCR will be more accurate. But this is more challenging, so I'm not going to push you to do this, but you can try to think about something. I know you want to make it simple, make it easy, but think about some special applications or features for the project, so you can put your idea in the code. Okay, so please try those, or come up with some interesting ideas. Okay. Okay. Any comments from the class? Okay, let's thank the group again. So let's welcome group number 3.
Our group members, and we're going to make a project which is course schedule automation. Alright, we use these 3 tools to make this project. The first is VS Code, and second Google Colab, which is using class, and Jupyter Notebook. It can run in partial Python code and use this in Google Lab and VS Code. The technologies we used. The first two, PyQt5 and tkinter, is similar technologies to build a user interface, but tkinter is easier to learn and easier to use. And OpenPyXL it can get information from Excel to build a library. And this is our program flow chart. First, we got Excel information and input course code. And second, this code will check the course code if it is in the Excel. If yes, the course name and other course information will put in the user interface. If no, user interface will print out this course code is not exist until you input this course code is exist.
Okay, let's move on the results. Does anyone know the app like TAT? If your cell phone system is Android, maybe you can download the app TAT. And this is the interface, user interface in the TAT. And then it's the result we want to get. If you enter some number of the class, and our project will organize the class and the time automatically, and it will print the result like this in the interface. And it's our schedule plan, and we will take lots of time to learn the tool we want to use and learn class in the same time. And this point is we create a user interface and cast the code. Okay, this is the end. Thanks for listening.
Okay. So can you show the app? Yes, this one. So I guess for the user, if this app is useful, the app should help you to organize your courses. So I guess in your program you need a huge database of all the available courses with course number, classroom, and the time. So for the user experience, I think at the beginning a person may not have any course. So he can say, okay, I need to learn calculus. So he will type in, okay, calculus. So from the database, maybe there are 5 available calculus in the database, which means you can actually learn the calculus maybe in mechanical engineering, and maybe you can learn from EE or even learn from NTU. So, since you are a student from mechanical engineering, maybe the program will help you to choose the one offered by our department. So that one will be chosen and then pop up in your time schedule. Next, maybe you will say, okay, I need to learn English. So also, there are a lot of available English to be taken. So after you choose several classes, at some point, you will see conflict. So does your program help you to find some course that is available? So I think if you can achieve that, that would be a really useful program. And there will be another situation, a worse situation is that all the available courses are conflicting with your current time schedule. So there will be a case that you cannot pick the course anymore. So for example, you want to choose physics, and maybe your time schedule is very full, only several available blocks for physics, but there's no available physics in those time slots. Then maybe your program is smart enough, try to swap some of your available course, your current course, to some other choices. Maybe the program will change the decision of your calculus from mechanical engineering to EE. Then the time slot changes, so your physics comes in. If your program can do that, that's even better. Then it will become very useful. Yeah. So I want to see if you can put some intelligence to the program at the end of the semester. So please try to do something like that, or at least being useful for you guys. Okay, thank you. Okay, next one is group 9. Let's welcome group 9.
Hello, Professor. Hello, TA. Hello, everyone. We are group 9, and here are our group members. Firstly, let me introduce the topic. Our topic is ALR control. It's about controlling the motion and path of a car by writing code with sensors. And first, is our design concept. It's about how we want to achieve. Our primary goal is to control the movement of the car and enable it to avoid obstacles. Then we will select one or two more challenges tasks to accomplish, such as controlling a car to park in a designated frame, recognizing traffic lights and speed limit signs, or controlling digital voice commands. Now, let's take a look at a short video related to our topic and gain a better understanding of what we are aiming to achieve. Some tools and technologies that we use. First, we choose Python as our programming language for its ability to work together with Raspberry Pi, which makes it easier and more convenient for us to control the car's movements. Although code lab appears in the cloud and is less suitability with Raspberry Pi, we will use it to assist us in testing our programs. And we can control the car's motor system by connecting the Raspberry Pi to the car's control circuitry and then importing Python written code. We will use ChatGPT or Google to ask or search, trying to understand and learn how to write best code and then try it out on our own. By different kinds of sensors, including infrared sensors to detect the distance between a car and object, or light sensor to determine colors enable the car to perform various actions.
This is my program for short. To complete our plan, first we need to design the hardware. Next, we need to connect the hardware on our car. Then we write a control program to define the forward, backward, left and right function. We use the appropriate function based on the output. Then we repeat the whole cycle. Finally, we test and debug. Theoretically, we have completed our plan this way. Since our group will eventually change according to the scene, the overall process may still be altered, such as adding hardware for image recognition and so on.
Our planning is to enable the car to move on its own, and the most best action are shown on, for example, forward, backward, left, and right. From this report, we can tell us how autonomous driving on the market operates and how to present it to everyone.
As shown in the picture, we will spend about 2 weeks to complete the basic operation of the car, such as moving forward, backward, left and right. And then spend another 3 weeks to complete the process of making the car avoid obstacles through the photosensitive element. And finally, spend 3 weeks to try that out. We will choose 1 or 2 the 4 topics introduced above and do. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, so please go to your time schedule. Here, okay. So I want to remind you we are Python course. So if you spend too much time on the car control, on the hardware, you will have fewer time on software. So I encourage you to, I recommend you to simplify the hardware and pay more attention on the software. Yeah, and I know for, I guess you are using Arduino car, or is it a Python control? Is the car going to be controlled by, is it Raspberry Pi? Raspberry Pi, let's see. Do you still need Arduino? So I guess you will use Raspberry Pi to send PWM signal to the motor, I guess. So and on top you are running Python, I think. So please do not spend too much time. My TA in the lab know how to do those. So make it simple. Yeah, then focus more on Python. Okay? Okay, thank you. Okay. Let's end the group. Next, we are moving on to group 5. Let's welcome group 5.
Hello everyone, we are group 5 and our topic is about human motion recognition. Next. Then I will introduce our design concept. The question 1, how do you want to accomplish it? We mainly want to achieve 3 points. The first is read the lens image, close back lens image, and detect lens movements. After detecting the node of the finger, use the formula to calculate the finger angle, and then perform gesture recognition through the angle of the finger, like identify gesture number 1 to number 9. The second question, what tools are used? We use Colab, Import, MediaPipe, and OpenCV. And we don't use the Spider because it didn't support some function we want to use. The third question is, what technologies are used? First, we use the camera to get a 2-dimensional position of the hand joint. Then use the vector to find the angle. And also, we use the law of cosine to calculate the angle value. Finally, use the angle value to determine the mean of the action we express.
Okay, before introduce our full chat, we will quickly introduce our main data of our programs. Just like we have three main data. One is OpenCV. It is used on, if we do our program, we will show a window, and it is like if I do, I post some picture or video or live videos, and we will show a windows about use OpenCV. And then OpenCV can use like, we can change our colors or show our data about that. And then, and next is and next we will use MediaPipe. It is detect our palm. First, the MediaPipe will detect our palm direction, and then next it will like detect our palm the 21 point, and then finish that we will use math to function to detect how many degrees our fingers and angles, and to guess what I gesture to do that. Yeah. And it is our whole chat. And I will quickly introduce that. And for this part is for OpenCV. First, the program will initialize all data, and then next we will open like a camera and use OpenCV to detect our camera it is working. And then next is use MediaPipe to convert. Next is use MediaPipe to detect our palm and to detect where is my hand. And next is use math to calculate our finger and to that computer to calculate what I gesture to do. And next page. And it is our schedule. And I think we will do the main three part. First part we will understand what is OpenCV and what is MediaPipe, and it is the first part we have to understand the basic knowledge. And next we will try to do our program, and also we will separate three parts. Is one OpenCV and MediaPipe, and we will focus on our math function because it is the most important to that our computer to detect what kind of gesture to do that. Yeah. And next. And it is our research like that. We will have a camera like this, and we will do some gesture, and then the computer will show what we do like this. We will use OpenCV like put text and show what number we do. And next, they are our reference. Yeah, that's all my report. Thank you.
So the topic is very similar to the other team, the 咒术回战 team, right? But you are going to recognize the hand gestures for numbers, or maybe some kind of message from the hand. So I'm not sure if the angle is going to be useful. I'm not sure. So you may need to think about why you calculate the angle between the joints. Maybe you will use a little bit to see which finger bends. So bending my thumb, that's a different angle. This angle is small, and this is like a 180 degree, right? So maybe that's why you need to compute the angle. But you are only doing 2D. So think about your hand in front of the camera. If your hand is tilted, then your calculation is a projection on the view. So let's say your hand is straight in front of the camera, and you bend your finger like this, then for computer, it will recognize a straight line, or after this, it will be only a very short line. So it's hard for you to truly compute this bend angle if your finger is pointing to the camera like this. So there is a limitation on 2D recognition because it doesn't truly calculate the real angle. So you may need to think more about why you calculate the angle, or what kind of angle you calculate, and how you are going to use those angles. Okay, it's okay to calculate those angles, but I want them to be very useful. Okay, so think more about how to use the result you get. Okay, thank you. Let's move on to the next group. Let's thank the group again. Let's move on to group 10.
Okay, we are a tech group and our topic is machine learning. Because there are many types of machine learning, so we choose the deep learning to judge the paper, scissors, stone images. And this is our design concept. The concept is use the object recognition algorithm to complete the judgment. And the first step, we choose the algorithm of YOLO 7 or YOLO 9. And the second step, data set, we need to take some photos or videos in different environments, like background, location, numbers of people, maybe 2 or 3 people. And the first step, labeling, we need to use the Python module labeling to label data. And second group is the process for human to teach the machine. The first step is training. We need to use the collect data to train the model and use the model to make some of the use the models to make some application. And during the training process, we will use the pre-train to reduce the training time and make the model more accurate. And the final step is test. We will test the model whether it meets our needs. And tools, we will use the webcam or smartphone to test some picture. And language, we will use the TensorFlow and NumPy and Spider. And this tool is the Python's module.
And this is our program flow chart. The first things we loaded the data set is paper, scissors, and stone, picture or video. And we build a model, and the data will training the model to adjust the paper, scissors, or stone. More model event will predict it into object A, B, or C. Like this one, we have 6 pictures and it will adjust to paper, scissors, and stone. This is our schedule planning. The first, we use data sets and labeling, training, and testing. Yes.
Okay. Okay, can you go back to your slide? Go back to one more. Here, okay. So over here, you're going to use YOLO. I think that can recognize a person, but maybe not the hand. I'm not sure, because YOLO usually can make a good job to give you a box of a person. But for the hand, I'm not sure. And then secondly, COCO data is a data set with a lot of items that you can see in your daily life. For example, a dog or cat. So I think for your hand, stone or Caesar, maybe they're all categorized as hand, same category. So maybe the COCO data set doesn't help you. So you may need to think about it or discuss with the TA. Another thing is, probably you can start from, like I said, pre-trained model. So maybe there's a pre-trained model by the COCO data. So the neural network has good parameters. Maybe you use it for your recognition. So I guess that will help. I'm not sure. You may need to discuss more with the TA. Who is the TA for this? Do you know his name? No? Cindy. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not sure if she can. Anyway, we'll figure out. There's another senior TA. He may be able to help you. So maybe Justin has to jump into this because this one is tougher, I think. Okay. Yeah, I hope you can get a good result at the end. Okay. Thank you. Let's move on to the next group. So group 4. So let's welcome group 4. Okay, we forget our hands. Let's welcome group 4.
Hello everybody. My group and I are going to present about web program. So basically, it's all about how to attract the different users from different websites to web. So some people may call it web spider, but we call it web crawler. So what technology we are going to use is we're using Python as our main code, and then web crawler we use to pull out or take some information from other site and then do our search engine, and then we also gonna use Qtable Soup, which is to pull out HTML and JavaScript from the web pages that already developed. And then we are going to use some IDE, which is integrated development environment. So we're going to use Colab as our when we do code by online, and then Spider, and then our main target website is Foodpanda to make it easier to order food, and yeah. Oh, as I mentioned before, we're gonna use Qtable Soup to pull out HTML, HMLX, and other ideal for web scraping. In Selenium, is a tool for automating web browser application, and it makes suitable for processing pages that require interaction with JavaScript.
Okay. This is our flowchart. In the beginning, Python will ask us to enter our target web page. Then Python will also ask our keyword, and we enter the keyword. Python will go research the Panda official web page, and he will send the GET request to ask web page to give Python the data, and if Python successfully get the data, then he will handle the data, and if the data is what we need, so it's yes, the Python will show the result. But if the Python didn't get the data what we need, he will display no form, and the end. This is our expert result. Python will research the keywords like the food, like bubble beauty or something, and then for drink or somewhere the address or the city, like New Taipei City, and he will find a group of the link of the group and research the group. This is the end of our project.
Okay. Can you go back one page? So, my recommendation is for a very common scenario when a person say chicken, get chicken, then foodpanda webpage will have maybe 50 or 100 restaurants that has chicken meals. Then you may need to, in your database, you will get 50 restaurant informations and maybe the meal information, price, and maybe some other data. So you have a database. But you don't want to show everything to the user. Usually, you may need to ask the user for more information so that you can screen out more useful data that fits the user's needs. So, for example, you can ask, or from the data, you will realize, oh, there will be half of them are rice meals, half of them are noodle meals. Then you can ask rice or noodle. Then it reduced to 25, chicken with rice. Then you can maybe, another question will be Chinese style or American style. So, okay, obviously, if the person say Chinese style, you will reduce even further. So once you reduce to some amount, for example, 5 or 10, maybe you can only pick up the top 3. Because for user, you don't want to see too many information, right? Or you can show only a few with the highest ranking or lowest price. So there are different ways to sort. So I think in your program flowchart, there must be some kind of logic to guide the user to find what he really wants. Okay, I hope you can implement something like that later on. Okay? Okay, good luck. Thank you. Let's move on to the next group and thank the presenter again. We are moving on to group 8. No file here? You have no file. Okay. Group 8. There.
我觉得我们应该已经授权是那个，但是这里不晓得为什么。
Oh, okay.
Hello everyone, we are Group 8, and today our topic is about face recognition. And here is our design concept. In the near-term planning, we aim to create a program to show how many people in the screen. And in the medium-term planning, we plan to identify the person's name. And in the long-term planning, we plan to detect emotion from face recognition. And look at this page. There are 5 people in the screen, and the program can show 5 people in the camera. And this page shows the steps of the program. And the first step is to load the database, open the camera, and detect frame. And it can start to examine how many people in the screen. And if the camera examines people, it will square the people face. If not, it don't show anything. And then you can press Q to pop up window.
The second one is identify the person's name. You can see your name shown on the green box, just like in the image. Each green box corresponds to a person's name. This is our program flowing chart. First, load the database, then open the camera to detect frame. Next, show people's name in the square. Finally, press Q to edit. The third one is detect emotion from face recognition. You can let it detect the mood made by your children's expression. So we make different facial expressions that can indicate our current emotion, either through image or descriptions in my opinion. For example, frowning might indicate you are angry, while smiling could suggest you are happy, and so on. This is the program structure. Most of them similar to the ones in the question section. First, load the database, then open the camera to detect and detect the emotion. Next, show a hint of user emotion. Finally, press Q to exit.
And this is our Gantt chart. For upcoming week, we will finish our near-term plan. And the subsequent week, we will finish our medium-term plan. And next 2 weeks, we will finish our final term plan. And next week, we will have a report. And next page, please. Our execution program is Visual Studio. We use Visual Studio rather than the Spider because of my coding experience. The Visual Studio is more familiar to me. And one more benefit is Visual Studio can hide the database more fast than Spider. And our database is OpenCV. Why we use the OpenCV? Next page, please. We had already asked the compiler to write the EC program with OpenCV. Do anyone know the compiler? I usually call compiler as a slow-mo GPT-4. So this is a program that compiler write. They will, as my teammate said before, they will load the database first, they will open a camera, and they will load a frame, and will change the frame to gray photo. But why they need to change the photo to grayscale image? Because the grayscale image didn't have luminance. The luminance can let the pupil's eyes to see this colorful world. But for computer, they didn't need to know the luminance. Or we can say the face recognition didn't need luminance. So when we change to grayscale image, the program will run more fast and more exact. And back to the program, then they will face scan, square the face, and they will lag out. As the picture I post on the PowerPoint, they will detect your face and square your face with a light green square. Next page, please. This is our image source. And next page. Before we end, I want to demonstrate our program, but however, I don't know how to post my laptop screen to this big screen, so I will show it to the professor only.
这是我们的，现在就是它可以顺序这样子。OK， 好。
This is all our report today. Thank you, everyone.
So I think this group has a lot of experience on programming, so I think you guys will do a pretty good job at the end. About the motion detection, I know it's quite challenging. Yeah, so maybe you need to, there must be some available open sources for emotion recognition. If you cannot complete at the end, I'm not sure how you can move on. So anyway, maybe before you, when you are ready for emotion recognition, and if you find it difficult to complete, maybe we can have discussion later. Okay. Okay. Let's thank the group. Okay, we have a final group. Group 14. Let's welcome them.
Hello everyone, we are Group 14. Our presentation topic is Tetris. I believe everyone here has ever played this game, and the design styles of this game are various. Our design concept, we list the simple regulations of Tetris to develop our idea further. Introduction to Tetris is a classic tile matching puzzle video game. Players rotate and move building blocks called tetragonals. And the goal of this game is created horizontal lines without any gaps. When a line completes, it disappears, and any blocks above it will fall to fill the space. Finally, the game ends when the blocks reach the top of the playing field. this page talks about our Python models used to accomplish the Tetris. We just use the Python function which built in. First is Pygame. Pygame can create most of simple 2D games like Tetris and provide the function of calculation and control some functions and write the interface of game. Second is function random. It provides functions for generating random numbers and select random elements from sequences, which can manufacture random tetraminos, shapes, and colors in game. This page is our main idea of different blocks. Besides, there are 7 types blocks in this game, like right picture. And we will use 4 times 4 matrix to code the block. The picture below is shaped below. So there are totally 28 codes in this game. Different placements, angles, and different shapes have different code. Finally, get random one of 7 blocks and put it into 10 times 20 area, and the player can start to think.
On this page, we will introduce the general process of making a main body of this game. And first, the game will start dropping random blocks, and we can control this direction of its movement during the blocks are float. But we can only control it to the down and left or right. When the blocks slowly fall one by one, and as long as there is a horizontal line, this line will disappear. When the blocks slowly fall one, but if the blocks are stated outside the range, the game just is over. And when decide the main content of this game, we will add some additional things such as game score or brush shape or colors and so on. And this page is what we want to decide. And there are random blocks and generate, and we can control this direction and as well as score record. And this is our schedule. You can take a look at it. And about just our initial idea, we may have other ideas in the future, and may change, like adding sound effects. There will be, and when it makes a line of brass, and there will be illumination sound effects. Or if you reach a certain score, there will be some special pitch effects or some sound effects. But this can only be improved after the main content design of the game is complete. This is our thoughts, and thank you everyone.
Okay. So I have some suggestions. So since Pygame already has a base for Tetris, maybe on this page if you can get access to the block design, maybe you can design your own shape. So that would be interesting because we always play Tetris with those standard blocks. Usually we don't see different shapes. So maybe you can, that's one thing you can improve the game. Or you can add new item inside the game. For example, maybe there's a bomb coming down and then explode. So some of the blocks will be exploded. Something like that, something interesting. And if you are able to design the block, maybe one of the block is the bomb. And the bomb basically lands somewhere, and then you define maybe a circle. What's inside the circle will be disappeared. So programming wise, it won't be too difficult if you can get access to the Pygame open source and figure out how to do something interesting. Yeah, so please think about those. Thank you. Okay, great. That's the end of today's presentation. I think all of you did a pretty good job. You guys presented a pretty good idea about your project, and they are all challenging. If you only use what I taught you in the class for the project, none of the project can be done. So definitely you need to study further on your own. So I really appreciate that you are willing to spend some time in your own after the class. So because this is just a freshman year course, so I don't want you to, I'm not trying to give you a hard time. So as long as you are able to participate the entire course till the end, I don't think you will fail the course. I'm trying not to fail anyone, okay? But if you skip some of the courses, you forget about something, you didn't submit something, then it's hard for me to give you a good score. So please work with your teammate from now on. And I know some of you may be very experienced in programming. Some others may be know very little about programming. That's okay. If you are very experienced, you can use this opportunity to showcase what you can do, right? You can try to integrate more functions, try to put your idea in the function. Don't be afraid to show off at the end. But if you are just a first-time learner, and you need some help, we have our TA, right? And if one day you realize, hey, this TA may not be the right person. He knows less than me. It's okay. My lab has many graduate students. We can always find more help from some other graduate students. Okay. So I hope at the end all of you can complete your project as what you presented, and every one of you can show a really good result. Okay, so that's the end of today's lecture. If you have any questions, you can stay, and I will stay here for a couple minutes. If not, I wish the best luck to your project. That's it. See you next time. Bye bye.